Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Medeek Wall plugin. My name is Nathaniel P. Wilkerson, and today I wanted to go over context menus, at least in regards to the wall plugin specifically. So as many of you have seen in previous videos, I think I've shown a few times, I'm not sure, but when you right click on a wall panel like this, you're going to notice that you get this context menu that pops up. And actually, a lot of this, it really depends on what other extensions you might have installed. You can see here I have Attribute Editor, which is actually Enoroth's Attribute Editor, and I think I have Mirror Selection. Anyways, this is dependent on what extensions that you have installed, right? But you'll notice here below this, you'll have the typical options here for a Medeek wall, right? And so what I've done actually is I've added a new option. So if you go mouse over and right click on a wall without any openings, you'll notice that the typical edit wall assembly regen and then all the other options here, 2D, 3D, CMU, etc., are as normal. But you'll notice now that as we mouse over and right click on a wall with openings, you're going to have this additional option here which says edit opening. So all this really does is if you click on that, it's going to fire up the edit opening tool, which actually is right there on our toolbars, right? So you still have, it doesn't actually edit the opening directly. You still have to select the opening that you want to edit. But I think what I kind of wanted to do here, and the reason for this is I find that it's more work for me to go find that icon and then click on that tool than it is to just simply right click on the wall that I want to edit, and then from there I can just click and edit opening and jump right to it. So it just makes my mouse movements a little less tedious and hopefully a little more efficient. But anyways, you guys will have to tell me what you think about that. I don't know, maybe for some it doesn't really matter. But for me, after working on lots of walls and testing out lots of things, I found that this little addition hopefully is a little bit more efficient and a little more user-friendly. So yeah, to show you guys something also, just kind of off the topic here with that, I've also added in for door hardware. It used to be that we just had this different styles and they were all in brass, but now I've also added this hardware material option. So now you can change these doorknobs, door hardware, basically to whatever color. Well, it's not whatever color. There's only set ones that you can use right now. But I may expand that further, just depending on what people request. But there's quite a few here. I think most of your typical options are covered. There may be some other ones, but we'll see. Anyways, but yeah, I think this little addition to the context menus makes things a little bit easier. So for instance, if I'm here and I want to, well, let's look at this random wall here. So let's say I want to jump on its window. I mean, I could go down here, click the edit opening, then boom, get that. But if I'm just kind of in a rush and I'm looking at this wall, I can just right click on it, click edit opening, and then grab that window, right? And let's say, I don't know. Let's just change it here just to show that we're editing this specific window. Yeah, so a minor adjustment, nothing too drastic with this. And again, if you have no openings on the wall and you right click, you'll notice that option is not there. It's only if you have an opening that you can then click the edit opening and jump right to it. So again, yeah, be interested to hear you guys' feedback on this one. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I don't know if it's that major of a difference, but for me, I think it's just a little bit more intuitive to use than having to go down here and find the edit opening icon. All right, that's pretty much it. I think I just wanted to mention too that with the I've been obviously adding a few additional window types. Here is a double hung, a QHQ double hung window, and I've also added the single hung previously. So you've got these kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't call them exotic, but slightly interesting window types. So if you guys have any others that you need added, please go ahead and email me and let me know, and I can probably add it in. So it's not too hard to add these in. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for today. Just a quick update on the context menus for the wall plugin, and that should be available for rectangular walls, hip walls, shed walls, and gable walls as well. All right, we'll talk to you later.